Another day. Another coffee talk session. I can't believe I'm finding myself to enjoy these a lot more than just any other game. Which might say, well, I don't know. I don't know what that says about me right now. Maybe it's because these are so entertaining for me to do. And it doesn't feel like an endless grind. So let's continue where we left off. It is October 2nd, 2020. The Evening Whispers is with people for stricter gun laws. Yeah, that's a thing. I did talk about this before. I don't really know how to feel. Well, I don't really know how to feel about various companies siding with people, because it's always just one of those things where it's like, oh, well, to me, it feels like the companies are just doing it just to make money. Like they just say it out there just to make money. That's partly how I feel about it. It's hard for me to look at a company and not. It's hard for me to look at a lot of companies and be like, yeah, you're just doing this for the money, or oh, you're actually human. Anyway, new healthier fury sedative might be available sooner. You can't get it out soon enough. You can't get that new health stuff out soon enough. Action video game Rising Hell blamed for violence in school. Oh boy. I said it before in the previous video. At the end of the previous video, I'll say it again. It's a factor. It's not the end all. It's not the end all bit. So, there's a lot more to consider than just, oh, this game is what's causing people to be violent. Which is what I meant to say, and now I'm saying it in fewer words. Alright, let's start today. Welcome. Good evening, Mr. Bailey's. Evening. Am I the first customer tonight? You are. That's new. Freya's not here? She said she's coming later tonight. Got something to do with meeting some fellow writer friends. Why not do it here? It's her favorite place, right? Her friends have visited this place from time to time. Just not as much as her. Writers gathering, huh? I wonder what writers talk about when they're hanging out. I've known them for some years now. She has this habit, you know. If she said they're friends, it means they're just hanging out normally. But if she said they were writer friends, they're probably talking about work. Either giving each other feedback on their latest drafts, or sharing and validating ideas. Interesting. They even use code words for meeting up. No, it's not like that. She doesn't even realize that's what she says. I just picked up on it. That's even more interesting. Are you always so observant? It's part of the job. Why is that? People come here every day. Some of them aren't as talkative as others, but their body language can be loud and clear. It can tell you a lot of things. Whether they need a friendly ear, or just want to be alone. It applies to what they're ordering as well. Because, you know, sometimes what people want is not what they need. That's deeper than I would have thought. So, what are you reading from me now? I won't say. Why? That would break the charm. The hell was that? I guess I can say this much. Whatever I say or do to our customers, it's always related to what I'm getting from their body language. Including our interaction now. Man, now I see why you didn't want to share. Even that was enough to make me feel like I'm naked in front of you. By the way, I haven't ordered anything. What are you having tonight? Hot chocolate with ginger and cinnamon. I heard that's a good drink for a bitter heart. Okay, so we're going chocolate, ginger, cinnamon. I kind of want to try that. But where am I going to get the ginger? And it probably won't be as good. It probably won't be as good because I'll be using, I'll be essentially using store-bought stuff. Here you go. You're a pretty romantic person, huh? Spending extra time decorating this drink? Only for special people and special drinks. Say, Brandon, tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? Anything. How old are you? Old enough to open a coffee shop. Oh man. I guess I should say sorry for asking that. It's alright. Well, that's the only answer I can give. Now you're making me wonder. What should I ask next? Oh, wow. Hello, everyone. Why are you both looking at me like that? You look like hell. Freya, you look horrible. No, I don't. Yeah, you do. No, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to echo our dear barista. Yeah, you do. What happened? You'd be better asking what didn't happen. Because the answer would be proper sleep and decent progress on my draft. You need to rest. And miss my deadline? Hell no. Sorry, Baileys. I don't want to be able to keep you. I won't be able to keep you company. Because I have to finish this thing. And for that, I need a whole hell of a lot of espresso. Are you sure about that? You really should just rest. Get something to help you sleep. Espresso! Please? No. You are getting because this is like a story changer here. Depending on what you do. You're getting milk, cinnamon, honey. Here you go. And I get the achievement. Is this it? There you go. What the hell, dude? This isn't even coffee. Drink. But this isn't what? Drink. Okay. It's on the house. It better be. How was the meeting? It was pretty good. I got a lot of good advice, but that also means things. and not a small number of them, mind you, need to be rewritten. Oh, it's not that bad. Rewriting is part of the process. It's just I'm going to my usual corner. Although, thanks to your drink, I'm not sure whether I'll be able to stay awake or not. She looks horrible. She does. But don't worry about her. She'll finish it. This isn't the first time she's acted like this? No. But this time, the stakes are pretty high. So, what brings you here today? I'm not even sure myself. I had no plan tonight. And this place just came to mind. Out of the blue. I'll have to thank your subconscious then. I guess you should. Not sure whether I should thank it or not, though. Not sure whether I should thank it or not, though. Hi, Lua. Hi, Baileys. How? You first. No, you first. I was going to ask, how are you doing? I'm fine, thanks. How about you? I'm good, yeah? I think I need to order something first. Oh, of course. Go ahead. Hi, Brandon. What are you having this evening, Miss Lua? Gingerbread coffee, please. What is gingerbread coffee? That's not listed. Oh, yeah, it is. Coffee, ginger, cinnamon. Wow, that looks good. That looks real good. Here it is. Thank you. My grandma used to make this drink for me. It reminds me so much of her. It reminds me of when I was growing up with my family. How's work? It's going pretty okay. You? I'm not taking any new jobs on at the moment. Because, well, you know. Yeah, I get it. You have enough in your savings, right? That's a very Lua thing to ask. But yeah, I do. Thanks to that last annoying job. It went well in the end? It kinda did. They paid me on time at least. And the pay was amazing. How long are you planning to take a break for? I don't know. Until my problems are settled, I guess. And what problems are those? I'll tell you this, but don't tell anyone, okay? Not even Brandon, who's standing in front of us? Not even Brandon. Okay. So there's this girl. I love her. We've been going out for a few years, but I'm not really sure where we stand now. How can you not be sure? We had an argument about a week ago. It wasn't anything new, but somehow things escalated uncontrollably. Why is that? I assume both of us were just tired. Knowing that we're fighting against centuries of tradition, we haven't really talked since our last fight. Leaving things unresolved is not a good idea. but I can't bring myself to start the conversation. Why? Even I'm not sure about that. Pride, maybe? Or tiredness? Or knowing that chances are we won't be able to find the best solution for everyone anyway. Baileys, I have a question. Go ahead. What do you think she's feeling right now? To be honest, I don't know. She's not like me, that's for sure. Thankfully. Why? At least it won't affect her professional life that much. I'm glad I'm a freelancer. It means I can take a break from work without so many problems. I'm not as professional as her, you see. I think you're wrong. Really? If I were her, I would find it difficult to live life as usual. But I put on a lot of masks just to hide the feelings I was going through. That sounds difficult and uncomfortable. It is. But a friend told me once, you gotta do what you gotta do. He must be a pretty cool guy. He is. What's next for us, Baileys? I don't know, Lua. I met some new people this week. Including that supermodel. You knew? The girl in the corner told me. Yeah, including that supermodel. And how does that make you feel? Like a fool. What? He said a lot of things I've been trying to avoid thinking about. A lot of truths. He's a bit like you know? Attitude-wise. You'd get along with him. I doubt it. Opposites attract, but similarity breeds contempt. Ever heard of that before? A lot. From a certain hipster elf. And after listening to that guy, what's your stance on, us? I'm not sure, Baileys. What about you yourself? Had any similar experiences this week? I have, in fact. You met a vampire, and I met a werewolf. What are the odds? What are the odds indeed? What did your werewolf say? Not much, to be honest. But he made a good point about the importance of family. Baileys. I know I've been stubborn about I know I've been stubborn about you I know I've been stubborn about you wanting me to make peace with my family. And I know why that's very important for you. But Freya said something that kind of hit me hard. What was it? I was just using you as an excuse to escape my family. When I actually want to do that anyway. For myself. You know me, Baileys. I do. And I know how you feel uncomfortable with people leaving their families. Which makes me an asshole, I guess. I get why you think that way, Lua. Blood is thicker than water. What should we do? Lua. Yes, Baileys? Please, let me leave my family. I'll try to get your family to accept me. That sounds like the easier thing to do after all. But you'll lose your immortality! You'll be an outcast among other elves. An outcast from a bunch of overly pretentious people. Sounds great. You'll live a long time. But you won't have the perfect health and perfect life that's the elven privilege. But it's not a perfect life without you. What if our relationship doesn't last? You'll have lost everything. You'll blame me. Lua, I will never blame you for anything. If we're talking about who I used to be, that guy would have never blamed himself. 100 reasons for why something failed, but never anything to do with him. But that won't happen with us. You know why? Because I learned so many things by being with you for 10 years. It made me a better person. So, you don't need to worry about any of that. Because right now, you're the most important part of my life. I don't need an immortal life. Because without you, it won't be a life worth living. Hey, Elise. I believe in you. Oh! And there we go. Lua. Hey, Elise. I feel like we're living in a soap opera. It seems so. So what's our plan? Tomorrow's Saturday. Are we going on a date? I'm going to my parents' place. Oh. And I want you to come with me. What? That's so sudden. Did you already have plans for tomorrow? Well, no. It's just, I'm not prepared to meet them. You'll be fine. You don't want to tell them about this first? It'll be alright. Well, they never forbade you from dating other races. Well, they never forbade you from dating other races. They're not big fans of elves, that much is true. But you can prove them wrong. Okay, this could be a good first step. It is. It's set then. I don't know what'll happen tomorrow, but we can think about it. And anything else. Later. I'm with you on that. Oh, oops, wrong tone. So, does that mean you don't mind me? I had my doubts, but now I'm sure. I can trust you. Lua, thank you. Are you still staying at Farron's house? Yeah. You're staying with me tonight. Huh? What about your roommate? She's away for the weekend. Taking a long weekend getaway until Sunday night. Fate is on our side, it seems. Hey, Brandon. Yes? We're leaving. Thank you so much for keeping up with us this past week. The pleasure was mine. We're off then. See ya. Thank you for coming. And now for Freya to bitch at me. That was pretty intense. Oh, you're back in the real world. I just pretend not to notice. They're like one of the main reasons why I'm writing this story. So I have to see their struggle through to the end. It's important for the writing, you know. That's cold. What? It's not like that. It's just that... yeah, that was cold. I'm sorry. You look better than before, though. For now. I can't tell you how I feel until it's done. And I don't... Ah! Whoa! Freya, get over here. This wolf. Is that him? Is that him? I think so. Welcome, sir. Are you crazy? You can't treat a werewolf in a fury like a normal customer? Trust me, he must have his reasons for coming here. You can relax, sir. Do you need anything? Something to calm you down, maybe? Alright, tea, milk. Here's the ginger. There you go. Here's your... I love this bit. What the hell? Is that really him? After seeing the reaction to the drink, 100%. Well, whoever he is. This place survived. Thankfully, yes. But I think I need to close up shop early. I don't want to cause any more ruckus. And I need to clean up some of the mess anyway. Good idea. Can you get back all by yourself? Can you get back all right by yourself? I'll manage. Take care on your way back. You be careful too. See you tomorrow. See you. I love that bit. I love that bit. I love that bit. he just pops in. He just pops in like, I want my coffee. Then Freya's like, holy shit. Oh, I love it. This is my favorite. This is my favorite part of this. Oh. Paper. Coachella 2020 do's and don'ts. I can't believe that's in the paper. That's usually something on the news. Like, that's usually something that's like a 3-minute segment on the news. Atlantic ambassador in talks with Fire regarding immigration. That's nice. Weirdstern Company criticized for unfair depictions of werewolf in their latest box office hit. Oh, that was a day. All right, I will see you guys next time. Oh, I love that bit. We're almost at the end of this, so I would say a couple more weeks. I'll say about 3 more Fridays and we'll reach the end, and then I can do like the post-game stuff. So until then, I'll see you guys later. Bye.